Hi YouTube, my name is Phil Royer and I am an independent game developer. I live in the area of Washington DC, which is not really a hotspot for indie game developers. So I kind of had an interesting journey into indie game development, which I'll explain shortly. In this video journal, in this first video, I'll explain a little bit about my background, a little bit about what got me into video game development, and then stuff I've learned along the way. I am going to school full-time at Capital College up in Laurel, Maryland, finishing up a degree in Management Information Technology. I have been in my career of web development for about 6 or 7 years. I started off doing freelance, and I started working for a few different companies, including a printing company, and now I'm doing a company that just focuses on design and web development. I am building I'm building a video game for the Ouya console and for Steam as a senior project for school. So part of my senior year, I have to design a senior project, and I also have the choice of developing it. So of course I'm developing it because I don't want to waste all the time designing it and not actually develop it. So my requirements were to make it relevant to the degree. So it has to do with business, of project management, organizing a project, designing, development, going through all the phases of that. The time frame is about 6 months from now. It will be complete. May 1st is when I plan to submit it to Ouya, and it will probably be exclusive for about a month, and then hopefully I'll have enough time to get it submitted to Steam Greenlight, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I originally was going to just code it from scratch, but I've decided to use LibGDX. I know a lot of people like to use Unity, but I didn't feel like I would learn enough using Unity, and I wanted to learn absolutely as much as possible. So my previous work has been mainly in websites and web development. Like I said, I did freelance. Worked for a couple of companies, did website design and development. I've been doing game development for less than a year. I was kind of looking for something along the lines of programming in interactive media. I was looking for more of something where I could carry along a user into a story and tell a story through your interaction. So obviously, video game development is perfect for that. My first game that I made, if you call it a game, is something called BroPixel. You can see it at bropixel.com. I'll show a short video here of what it is. Just a black screen. It's written in 25 lines of JavaScript code. You click the squares, which you can see when your mouse hovers. You can draw. Right here I'm drawing a little robot smiley face. Once you can click through and cycle through colors. It's basically just an 8-bit drawing. Kind of an arcade, kind of a glowy feel. I really like that style of art, and so I thought it would be cool to make a real small application that would be fun to share with friends and make. And I got a couple viewers, and a couple people drew around on it. It was more of an experiment than anything else. My next thing was an actual game, and that is called Pixalo. It came out in the summer, and I launched on August 1st of this past year. I think July 1st or August 1st. It has had about 1,000 people play it, which is very exciting. As I am a nobody in the indie game business, but I'm hoping that gradually I can change that, and this will not just be a fun hobby, but eventually be kind of like a personal art, expressive version of art for me. So that quick video on that. It's just a game where you are a pixel. You're tumbling around in a digital world, trying to just sort of explore and figure out what you're doing in life, and that's about it. It's fun. It's really challenging. I think the fastest someone ever went through it was 11 minutes. So if you can beat that, I'd love to see a video, and I'll give you a free copy of Indie Game the Movie Special Edition on via Steam. Well, the first person to do that. I'm not going to buy that for everyone who does it. But if you're the first, let me know. Send me a video. Prove it. I have several other prototypes. This one right here is what I'm calling the meaning of life. You're a little guy who's going around trying to collect and balance out his life. This is a very early prototype, and eventually I'll finish it. The next one is a game called Dissonance that I began and I designed, and it's pretty much done. I just need to program it. Other than that, it's designed and it runs like a linear story, but it's based on kind of puzzles that you have to be able to search around and learn. The idea of the game itself is to get you to step outside your normal boundaries and learn something new while playing the game. And eventually that will come out. I was originally thinking it would come out around Halloween, and Pixalo development and school and work and life just got too busy, and so I'm just focused. I'm just going to be focusing for the next 6 months on Pixalo and nothing else, unless I suddenly have a pocket of time free up, which I don't see happening anytime soon. So that brings me to the current game, which this video blog is going to kind of help document, and that is Super Pixalo, or just Pixalo. I've decided to add the super on the front because there is a photography service at pixalo.com, and it's just easier if I call it Super Pixalo. It makes it sound like a game rather than something about pixels, which technically it is, because you're a little guy who's a pixel and you're jumping around computer components, which is fun. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so the rest of this video series will just be going along my process there. Hopefully next week I'll have the next one up that explains where I'm at, show you actual gameplay, some of the levels, maybe show you some sound. Haven't decided there. I'm working with a really wonderful video game music composer named Sad Ali from Reckoning Storm Audio Works. I'll share a link at the end. Yeah, so that about sums that up. I have a couple more minutes. I'm going to talk about lessons learned so far. The hardest thing about game dev that I found so far is just getting started. It's really intimidating, and especially because you have people like Team Meat, Jonathan Blow, Phil Fish, guy who made Castle Crashers, just all these different teams making Limbo, really high-profile indie games that have kind of changed how being indie looks, and so it's an uphill battle, and just getting started is really the first step. Obviously, as with any journey, you just got to take that first step and jump in. And so that's what I've been doing the last. I think I've been doing this now like 10 months. 10 months, I think. February I started just playing around. Saw Indie Game the movie in about April, after I already started developing Pixalo, and that kind of just made me go, whoa, I really need to finish this, and this seems like this is an actual thing that's really cool. The other thing that I can tell you about game development is that you have to get ready to learn, not get ready to know. I think it's with interviews, and if you've been playing a lot of video games all your life, it's real tempting to be like, oh, I know how to do this, I know all about this. No, you just got to go in and get ready to learn, because that's really the only way to get started. Otherwise, you're going to end up digging yourself into a lot of holes, probably making a lot of people mad, and really not getting anywhere, just setting yourself up to fail. That's just my experience. Other people may have different experiences. I'd love to hear them. Feel free to comment below, and I guess we'll see what discussions get started up. Another thing is when developing, especially programming game dev, I find that the most useful thing is common sense. It's pretty obvious, but especially me being a developer who's been developing now for over 10 years, it's really easy for me to just get back into the I want to develop the most effective algorithm possible to solve this problem, when really I just need to prove a point and get it working before I try to optimize it. And a lot of programming classes kind of teach you that you need to optimize first, and I'm not part of that school of thought. I think that you should get it working first, then optimize. That's about it for today. There is a link here to my website at littletinman.com. Feel free to write comments down below. And in the next video, I will be showing you some actual stuff from the game that's coming up. Again, my name is Phil Royer, and look forward to a fun video journal journey. All right, see you later.